what now happens? Remember that the Human Rights Council has some 47 members who have to act. They can decide to do something, or they can decide, irrespective of what the High Commissioner says, to do nothing. Human Rights Watch has already referred to this, and I will refer to that in a minute. What can you do? For a start, you can write to the High Commissioner. Google will tell you the address, and you can thank her for what she has done. You can check whether the country you live in is represented on the council, and if so, contact the representative and say that you are concerned. You must act. To do nothing is not an option. Human Rights Watch endorsed the recommendations of the High Commissioner for targeted sanctions on Sri Lankan officials credibly accused of war crimes and the establishment of an independent international mechanism to investigate violations of international law. In a 93-page report, Human Rights Watch warned that the UN will lose credibility if it fails to adopt a tough resolutions at the 46th UN Human Rights Council session this March. Human rights has acted, you must act too. Crimes beyond belief. PISC, which is independent, not law and policy organization based in Sydney, Australia, funded by the New South Wales Public Purpose Fund and Commonwealth State Legal Services. PISC, in its International Crimes Evidence Project, ICEP, published a major 235-page report titled Sri Lanka, Island of Impunity, Investigation into International Crimes. It is one of the most damning indictments on what is going on, and is still going on in Sri Lanka. One witness whose statements were taken by the ICEP was told by a senior security force officer that he had personally participated with his officers in the gang rape of a female LTTE who had surrendered. The security officer described to the witnesses that they had raped each woman. They killed them by tying one of their legs to a tree and the other to a tractor, which was then driven away from the tree, causing the woman's body to be torn apart. Desmond Tutu said the sheer viciousness and brutality of the sexual violence is staggering, as is the racial verbal abuse by the torturers and rapists in the Sri Lankan forces. Turning to Sinhalese,
he's alive, he's projecting himself.
Relocation of Sinhalese from the south to the Tamil area.
He's projecting his
own. What is not widely known is that the Sinhalese military and police who have quit their jobs are being relocated in the north with their families. The result is a massive increase in the number of Sinhalese in the north and the east. If this continues, the north and the east will be dominated by Sinhalese. It will not be reversible, as we have seen in Ampara in the east, which was a Tamil area that has been Sinhalized. The long-term objective of accelerated Sinhalization of the Tamil area is to destroy the Tamil homeland and establish a mono-ethnic identity throughout the island, a single and Buddhist nation.
That's absolutely rubbish.
Turning to Buddhistization. Buddhist temples and structures are proliferating in the area where there are no Buddhist civilians. The only Buddhists are members of the armed forces. And
he hates Buddhism.
What happens is that a bo tree is planted in an area which is then declared a Buddhist sacred site. A Buddhist temple is then erected. The British Tamils Forum has published an excellent book, which I would strongly recommend to you, Proliferating Buddhist Structures in the Tamil Homelands, Sowing the Seeds of Disharmony. You can get this for free from the British Tamil Forum. Education in Jaffna is in chaos. Dr. Da Somasundram, Professor of Psychiatry in Jaffna, delivered an important lecture, A Lost Generation of Tamil Youth. What he said was alarming. 70% of students fail the grade 5 examination annually, and 50% fail the O level. Of those who sat for the advanced level, only 15% enter universities. Even the few who enter universities are not assured of a bright future. The university system, which are doing reasonably well, up to the early 1980s has deteriorated markedly.
Because
The general chaos of war, poor resources, poor support from the state, and the loss of able academics and teachers with the general brain drain. This must publish, must be publication is on the net. The